Hi Sagittarius, welcome back for your soulmate update. I've pulled the cards ahead of time. Should I need to pull clarifiers, I will, and that's because I'm quite strapped for time at the moment, so apologies. Those of you who are new, a very warm welcome. If you do wish to subscribe, I do live sessions on the channel during the month, and that's energetic updates, psychically speaking, what I'm feeling with the collective, as well as twin flame updates. Now, I am going to be launching a new channel, which the link will be directly below, and more information will be on the channel. Now, we're going to have a look at this frequency. I am doing an update as of the 16th, and that's due to the shadow period of Venus retrograde, and some funky things are happening around the 16th. So it's going to directly impact the way we're looking at our connections, and be it we feel that this is a karmic thing that we need to learn, or it's a physical soulmate energy and we're remaining, we are deeply reflecting on the past. Now, the crowning energy of what's coming through between the both of you, be it you're with them or you're not, is there is an instability. It might be due to the fact you're not with each other or directly within the connection currently. The instability also can be connected to past tense frequencies of how they directly impacted you in previous relationships. You're really trying to work as a team, and it might be you're directly working with people. It might be a family related dynamic, and you're looking at the whole thing collectively. You might also be meditating upon maybe wanting to go towards another direction, or where your counterpart energy did, how do I put it? It could be where there was flirtation or insinuendos, and you know, it could be in your mind about their energy or yours, or past tense, because again, we are going backwards and some of the frequencies are 2010. You also do want stability, and it might be you're concerned if those of you do have a family. So you're like, okay, you know, I've got a family, I need to look at the bigger picture. You know, looking at what is abundant within this connection, what's not, where abundance perhaps lays. Now, whatever is going to happen emotionally or physically, there is going to be an aspect of upheaval, and it could be due to burdens that you're experiencing at the moment, or feeling overwhelmed by your feelings. So it merely could be your emotions within the connection, or it could be a physical upheaval within the connection that comes a 360. Now, their energy of what's coming through is, you know, it could be that they're really wanting the balance, and they're seeing this, that they're wanting balance, and both of you are seeing eye to eye with this in general, or directly connected to your past and where you stand right now in your personal lives. They also feel that there's a falseness within this connection, or they had a belief that has now changed and they've gained clarity. There is going to be a change of plans, but there is going to be a delay in whatever you guys both or singularly are going to decide within this connection and connected to past tense frequencies. It could be other areas where you're wanting to separately invest, but perhaps at an emotional level can't. And it doesn't have to be connected to your relationship. It could be employment, but it can also be in the relationship domain. The counterpart's energy is feeling very vulnerable, but they're trying to put an effort into this regardless. The energy between you. Both of you are feeling, you know, past tense frequencies of where you had bad luck, where things didn't go according to plan. Could be at financial levels. And again, finances come up on your side, and burdens connected to it. Some of you, again, may have families, and you're looking at the bigger picture. And it's, how do I put it? We're really breaking old paradigms. So if we aren't emotionally invested, we need to be very mindful. And that is simply because if we're investing in this situation, the planetary aspect is going to cement our mindset, and it will be repeating a karmic pattern. If perhaps we've learned something, yet we feel this isn't spiritually connecting with us, regardless of the 3D things, that can actually change. Yes, currently we may have family. Yes, currently there might be financial related dynamics. And we do become in a habit of not making decisions purely based on those things of which we do have control over. Here and now, maybe not, but the mindset needs to change, and a choice and direction needs to be made. That is going to come about in a sense of clarity between now and the 16th. What is between you at the moment, again, it could be financial or within the relationship, there's going to be a shake-up. Now, the Tower energy, I pulled a clarifier on it, and it is connected to this connection or a separate connection. It could be within the family, so there is going to be a shake-up. There can be discord where, you know, people external to it might be interfering, and balance, your understanding, may need to come back into the connection so that there can be a truce. Again, it is one of those weeks that doesn't really make sense. We do feel out of sort, and we are trying to get the balance back to where we need to be. But there could be an aspect of deception. But again, remember, this is retrograde energy. This is shadow period energy, where we could be really meditating upon what hurt us very separately prior to coming into the connection, or we could be looking at the direct connection and saying, I don't know if this is for me. But we need to be very honest with ourselves. And yes, we can take other people into account, but if we're only taking them into account and not our own frequency, we're shortchanging ourselves. We need to be truthful to thyself. Now, what is grounding this situation, and this can be good or bad, what's really putting the pressure on, or what's holding you to a point you need to stay in a particular frequency? The communication, you know, you really needing to hold your ground and communicate your truth. Now, what your manifestation is for your personal life and what you're wanting is an abundant future, fertile land to grow and live and love in. Now, what is helping or hindering in your passion zone? And this can be trigger points, it can be substance abuse, it can be you suppressing the need to communicate. Okay, so what is helping you is the fact that you have transformed and you are actually deciding to make good choices that are correct for you. Even if it feels at a financial level, perhaps you had previous bad luck and you've been working really hard, it's because you're making the good choices, which means there will be a positive outcome for you personally, separate to the connection. Attitude changes directly impact connections. If both don't, it impacts the connection, but we all have freedom of choice. Now, at the emotional level within the water element, this can be very fear-based frequencies, as well as dreams and hopes and your higher consciousness trying to give you a download. It's that you're wanting something to bode well. You know what this is, or rather you will gain the clarity by the 16th, and if you haven't, come back and I'll do the update and we can look further into it. Now, I'll pull a clarifier on that of what the needs, hopes and desires at an emotional level are. Yeah, really learning your lesson. It could be to do with family. It could be, you know, knowing that you're always connected and considering your children and wanting, you know, maybe even looking back at your childhood. And then if those of you who do have children, looking at it and saying, hey, this is what I want for my children. But, you know, any energy that I hold is directly mine. It's very separate to my children. Perhaps even wanting a family. But some of you may actually be following your dreams and jumping out of one career and into another. Or it could be learning the truth of what you actually want at an emotional level and a loving level, and taking that and making it happen. Love and light. See you back on the 16th.